lots of things to share with you. We have family reunion coming up next week. So we've got a lot of exciting things and a bunch of stuff we want to share. First of all, I listened to the podcast this morning. Who listened to the podcast? Awesome. Marie, tell me what you learned from the podcast. That you were the one that you're in my line of sight. There could be others, but you're in my line of sight. So tell me what you saw. Yeah. And then is Wayne Weathersby on the call yet? I want to introduce our new team leader. All right, but go ahead, Marie. And
so
tell everybody.
I came in later on in the call. I was just more interested in all of the family reunion stuff that we're going to be able to tap into in the market center for the agents that aren't going.
No. I'm talking about the MREA podcast.
Oh, I wasn't on that this morning. I'm sorry.
No. It's not what you're on. It's listening to it.
Sorry. I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. All right. So guys, one of our items we're going to talk about on every call is the MREA podcast. It launches in the morning on Mondays. Who listened to it?
I listened to last week's Georgia. We didn't go over that one yet, so that's what I thought we were on. But I haven't listened to this week's. Last
okay,
week's
well, that's fine. And Christine listened to today's, but go ahead and tell us what you learned from last week's. That was pretty much about disasters and different things, right?
Yes, ma'am. The interesting thing is that something that she said, they talked about kind of their business and how it had grown and, kind of the location that they were at. One of them was in the California fires. Another one was out there in North Carolina near the mountains when they got hit with Hurricane Helene. And the interesting thing was that they were talking about kind of the structure of how to plan after a disaster happens. First having to think, then having to process information, then contacting people that are close to you, whether it's your sphere, whether it's your friends, family, whether it's your team, right? Making sure that they're alive, more importantly than anything. And then creating that relationship with others in that space. She said it actually helped her business because it helped her get further relationship with others by showing that she cared and leading from a position of value and leading from a position of service. So it was great hearing that and also kind of hearing their past in regards to how they got to the level of success that they were at. I look forward to their individual podcasts as well.
Awesome. I love that, Mike. And so that's okay. If you guys want to, every week we will talk about the one that was the week before. Sometimes we do that. I've been doing it from the morning. So Christine, I appreciate the fact you listened to it this morning. I'll come to you, but since we won't have a call next week, we'll go ahead and talk about that one too. Anybody on last week's podcast heard anything that they want to share about last week's podcast? It was Colette Ching and it was Molly. They talked about the fires and they also talked about the disasters in the Carolinas. All right. This is a reminder that these are the calls that you need to be listening to because these will enlighten you and share with you information that that you can be sharing with others in your market center and that you can be using for external agents. Yes, I love it. Like just bring the lasagna. Like Brian, do you want to talk about that a little bit? I saw that you.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, this episode's kind of near and dear to me just from the standpoint that I've been involved in quite a few Keller Williams KW Cares relief efforts over the years, dating back to Harvey. And I love the just bring the lasagna statement because having also been in the position of having gone through a hurricane where I was kind of stranded on an island and no water, no power, and for a very extended period of time, longer than we certainly thought, sometimes your people don't actually know what they need. So when you ask the question, how can I help you? They don't know. They have what I call storm brain, and they're dealing with the reality of their circumstances, which is typically 5 or 10 feet around them. So I think that that's an opportunity for us as leaders to stand up and figure out what does the situation warrant? What can we do? How do we preemptively figure out what they need? And whether it's get a boat and bring water, whether it's, figure out how to get generators or gas, thinking for them helps facilitate the effective outcome. And it also brings you closer to your people. So I love that. And then someone said, accept the lasagna. And that was just a euphemism for we've had people during tragedies that did not want to receive help, and we knew that they needed it. And accepting the lasagna, I think, that's going to become a part of our vocabulary here with our agents, that if you need something, we're here to help you with that. Please accept the lasagna.
Yeah, and part of the stuff, it's kind of staying on this for a minute, is part of the what we need to do, what we want to do for this year coming up. Probably we'll need to start it in March or April. Maybe you can help us with this, Brian, and others that have been leaders for us in these communities. Is we want to have like an area leader, like in your area, Sarasota, 1 or 2 leaders, in Tampa, 1 or 2 leaders, in Orlando, 1 or 2 leaders, in Jacksonville, 1 or 2 leaders. Because what we found is that we communicate with all the market centers, and we do our best to get out there, and we have you guys communicate with your agents. But then sometimes there's things that you all that are needed out there that the other people don't know who to go to or can't coordinate it or whatever. So we want to kind of set up 2 or 3 leaders in an area, and then a designated leader in a market center. So like, it's not just the team leader or the MCA or the a staff person. Maybe there's somebody else, an ALC member or something. So, maybe you can help us put some of that stuff together, since you've been in so many of these as well, Brian. We want to start working on that maybe in April. And I know there's a manual, but each disaster, each area is different. We've got to make sure that our market centers become almost like the command center. So starting in April, we're going to start telling people, like in June and July, go get water, go get diapers, go get chargers, go get a generator, go get, and have these things on hand, and I think this is a great, honestly, a touch from an agent perspective, is reminding your sphere of influence, hey, it's hurricane season coming up. Do you have a generator? Yes, I do. Well, then why don't, we talk about community stuff. They talk big time about community stuff on that call. Then if you have the funds, buy a generator for your neighbor, buy a generator for somebody else. Do you see what I mean? Like, these are all the things I think we can all do a better job about, Brian, is being a little bit more proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, I agree. And, it's been, for us, it was a long time before, it's been a long time since we had a major hurricane hit here. And then, of course, we've had 3 in just over 2 years. We now have a storage location with empty gas cans, all the things that we can stock up on in advance, and kind of like bring the lasagna, and if you don't use it, throw it away. We'd rather have it and have to get rid of it than not have it and have our people go without. So
yeah, and by the way, that's why you have your local KW Cares or your local Sunshine Fund or your local market center fund, in addition to KW Cares, to support those things. So when hurricane time comes and you want to go buy, water and save it at your market center, and put it in a storage area, or, that's what you have your money for. So we're going to be talking about those kinds of things.
Yep.
Okay, just as good reminders. All right, awesome. Well, Christina, what did you listen to the call today? Anybody else listen to the call today about the niche market? That was a pretty inspiring call. Like, we talk about people moving to another area, people moving to another community, people moving to another state or city. And this guy moved from a whole nother country and was kind of thrown out of his household. I mean, that was kind of pretty devastating. Imagine being that young, Christina, and then not being able to go back home when you're on holiday.
No, I couldn't imagine it at all. His story is pretty inspiring to see what he came from and sort of kind of nothing. So I thought it was a good podcast, though. He basically, the gist of it is to hone in on your social media, make sure you're focusing on one group of people. And his backstory was, he's a really big go-getter. And so it's kind of inspiring to see other people do that in the world.
Yeah, and in his particular case, he came from he started understanding that he wanted to build a community around people that came from the same country he came from, because he came from Baghdad. And then he spoke Arabic, and so he learned to build a niche business around what he knew, you know, having to escape an area, having to move to another country, doing his podcast based on his language and stuff. So his niche was kind of like working with people of his own, you know,
Arabic
community,
people.
but it could be people like in your case, Christina, as a mega agent, now an OP and as mega agent, but you still have your team, but people in healthcare or people in schools or you know, PTAs or different things that you would be associated with as an agent, right?
Yep. And I think the one thing that stood out the most was he does it in less than 15 seconds. So all the content he records is less than 15 seconds. And it's because people's attention span is not where it used to be. And so he delivers a message that quickly, and apparently it works. So
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
shortening our videos.
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, if you get this, if you learn that from that and you get more business, how valuable was it for your time that you spent on that today to be able to listen to that, to shorten it? Because he was right. He said, you know, sometimes people get on and say, hi, I'm George Alpazar with Keller Williams, blah, 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 blah. You know, and he said, you lose people in the first 3 to 4 seconds. So he just gets right to the meat of it, basically right to the mofer of what it is he's looking for instead of the introduction, right? Yeah, and plus, doesn't that make it easier for you to do the social media post if you just have to speak for 15 seconds instead of a minute?
Yes, it does.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm proud of you for listening to that. Good job. Now, Christina, think about this as an OP and with your team leader, Suzanne. How can Suzanne and your market center be using that as a reach out point to other agents in the area? Because, you know, I think this is a great tool. Have you given that any thought yet? I know it just dropped this morning.
Yep, no, we actually started something similar last week. So we have 2 videos currently running, and the rest of our ownership team is putting together more social media posts.
Great.
The list went out this morning.
Very, very good. So, you know, one other thing, guys, is think about how you post a short social media post on the post. So, because there's other agents, if you got something from it, Christina, other agents out there, external or internal, could get something from it as well. So how can you create something where you're maybe creating just a small, you know, the niche market we may have is people need to be skilled in knowing how to build their business. And that might be what might be the niche market you are all looking for to be able to get producing agents to join your market center. I love it, and we're going to make sure that we get that to you. That poem that they did at the end where it says something negative and then it moves into something positive. J.P. Lewis, they didn't talk about this, but probably 10 years ago, I'm going to go back and look for it. Ashley, remind me. About 10, maybe it was 15 years ago, when J.P. Lewis used to run the video production company. And he created a poem that was all about negativity about being in the real estate business. And then when you reread it, it was, I think it was actually a video as well. I'm going to find that because it was another awesome one. So we need to find that and make sure you guys are all posting that as well. All right. Good job, Christina. Anybody else watch listen to the podcast this morning?
Yes,
I'm not seeing.
I did.
Okay, Olga, what did you get from it? Good job.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, his story was just so inspiring, just leaving, you know, country because of war and moving into a whole new location, new family, young children. But he made videos sound so easy. I mean, the conversion rate of 10% at a higher price point for a 10-second video is just incredible. But he also spoke about the power of language. And it's something that, especially in our market center, we've discussed. I have an agent from Haiti, and he was doing videos on Instagram, and I said, why don't you do them in Creole? And he got uncomfortable, but the first one he did literally got in thousands and thousands of views and people responding in Creole. So I think sometimes we can help our agents that speak a different language understand that it's actually very easy. But he also gave us the playbook, which is go straight to the problem, offer a solution, and respond immediately. Because if people don't respond to you in the first 2 hours, something about statistically says that they typically will not even remember that they clicked on something.
Yeah, what he was talking about is like, you know how sometimes if something will come your way about exercise or this, that, or the other, and you click on it to go learn more. And then what happens is that 2 hours later, you forget that you clicked on it, right? So what he was talking about is as soon as you see that somebody clicks on something, get back with them immediately. Because if you wait too long, people forget that they clicked on something, and so they're not resonating with you. So that was the other thing that he talked about. Guys, I'm telling you something, these podcasts are golden. Golden. You all are looking for something to be able to connect with your agents internally and externally, and this is your answer. This is your answer. So please, I just watched it this morning while I'm putting on my makeup and whatever. Okay. Like today, it was like short. It's like 32 minutes today. Some of them are 42 minutes. They're not long. So I would highly encourage you guys to do that. Olga, in your particular case with your market center, you're so multicultural. You have so many diverse, language, people speaking various languages there, from, just like you said, you got Puerto Rico, you've got Brazil, you've got, like you from Kenya, you've got other
Over
people
30 countries.
from all these different countries. And my gosh, if you guys can create a multi country opportunity where everybody is using their specific language or their culture to be able to attract it, you're going to be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Good job. Good job. All right. Family reunion. We're all going to be ready. Now I want to, okay. So Ashley is telling me something. Hold on for 1 second. I got it, Ashley. Family reunion. If you want us to come by, sometimes you guys have events like little parties or dinners or different things. And sometimes you want Ashley or I, or Lucas to come by and say hi. We're happy to do that if you let us know in advance, because sometimes I have 2 or 3 of them I need to, she's telling me right now, I have 2 or 3 of them that I need to go to in one day. So I'm kind of making my rounds. So it's important you guys let us know ahead of time, particularly if you're bringing some recruits or you've got a bunch of agents and you want me to come by and say hi or visit with them, or me, Ashley, or Lucas. So please let us know in advance so we can figure that out. So I saw some of it going in the chat, but email me so we know exactly what we're doing. Then the other thing is, there's that networking event. This is with Jason Abrams, Wendy, and John Clyde, and a visit by Mark Willis. Now, I got some information that have any of you had anything where somebody has gone to this event and it's been a recruiting, it's where all the guests are going, and then they hear other information and it causes the candidate to have other objections. Have you guys heard that? I've never heard that before. And I've been sending people to Keller Williams to family reunion for a long time, networking events. Have any of you heard that? Okay, well, I don't know. Brian, have you ever heard that? Like at our networking events, when we send recruits to a specific thing, that there's other objections that come up that the recruit hears about?
I don't, and I was trying to process what your question was, because that wasn't, I haven't experienced that.
Okay, I haven't either, so I don't know. I don't know if it just happened with one person, but I would highly encourage you guys to send your people to these this networking where we have other recruits, because we have a 90% conversion ratio there. Of course, it's always your choice. I just hate for them to hear that something happened that they were not invited to later on.
Georgia, it's not with the event being held by Keller Williams, because this is a Keller Williams event that will have Jason, etc.
Right.
Sometimes it's the cocktail parties or the other things that are being held by a niche group. And then next thing you know, 3 months from now, that person that hosted it ends up at Banana Realty. And it really was a recruiting event to plant doubts about Keller Williams to go to that. So there's a lot of other events that go on over the course of the week. This one is a KW sanctioned event, shall we say, but just know that if you're bringing agents out there, there are other events being hosted by other people, cocktail parties, mixers that may or may not have the best intentions.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Your calendars, this is just a This is just a reminder that your MCAs have put the calendars in our folder. So we're going to be going through those calendars because we want to make sure that those are really specifically targeted in addition to other things that you have for recruiting events. So things like Biz should be on there, and other train the presenter, other things that we're offering. So we want to make sure that your training calendars are not filled up with stuff, that you have purposeful training events, masterminds, maybe, you know, like the tables of 12, all the things that we're talking about. They may not be on your calendar, but you might say special event or something like that. So people know that you have special things going on. All right, Bold. So let me share with you about Bold. Anytime you want to do a Bold, and Ashley is going to go back to the way that we used to do Bold. They kind of changed some things, and they wanted the market centers to reach out to Bold directly, but somewhere our market centers have gotten possibly confused with how to do this. Even though Bold is sold out, we have secured 2 spots for April and 2 spots for October, I believe. Okay. We need to be having Bold in your areas because our agents need it. Okay. Who was on the last Bold? Ben, are you on the call? Who was at the last Bold? We just had one in our region, probably.
I was.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was.
Leo and
yeah.
I and Liliana and Ogla did Bold in
Christy.
Orlando.
Mhm.
All right. So Ben, Liliana, and Donna. Ben, you start, and then we'll go to Liliana and Donna. Talk to me about what the Bold was like.
No, it was great. I mean, we partnered with a lot of market centers in Orlando, and we had Amber Rutherford from Naples, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was brand new, the brand new Bold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the new Bold, and it's great material, and there was a lot of interactions.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't you have pretty close to 120, 140 people there?
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, we were sold out. Yeah.
138.
138, yeah. Liliana, what did you think about it? What did your agents think about it?
They loved it. I still have agents talking about, thank God that we went to Bold, because it gave them mindset tools to work through hard deals. We actually posted a video the other day around that. We also received feedback that there was too much mindset, too little activity. So, you know, for some people it was great. For some people it was like, we should have had more lead gen time. Even though I thought that they did a great job with having them in activity in the room when they were asking for reviews from their people, and they were lead generating from the room, and there was activity. It's just different than what we were used to before, but the material is fantastic. It's a lot of QL.
Good.
Embedded in the new Bold.
Donna, what did you think about it? What did your agents think?
They liked it, and they liked that they had to, like, they learned about it and then they had to go do it right then. Like, okay, I want you to post a video on Facebook right now, go out and come back in, you know, and they were like, I did it. It felt like a safe space to try it if you've never tried it before, because they were with their people in the table. By then they had gotten to know each other. My agents loved it. I think I had 10 there, and they just loved it. And all of them are in production except for one.
Awesome. Very good. So again, we have Bethany has already out in Claremont, wants to have, her and Cameron want to have a Bold for Claremont. How many spaces does it have room for, Bethany, that location?
About 120.
Okay, now Liliana, Ben, and Donna, who leads Bold in your market center? Is it you guys driving it, your MCA driving it? How do you guys drive it?
We all drove it as leadership.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so you all shared in it, right?
Yes.
So it's the MCA and the team leader putting it together, right? And Ben is
And the PC coach and the everyone.
And Ben is the OP, right? So is everybody driving it? Ben, I think, is the OP. You were the one that got it set up, didn't you?
Leo started the charge. I was there for all of them, and Ogla came. I mean, I think we had participation with everyone. OPs, team leaders, MCAs, productivity coaches. We had Ogla's MCTT, who was super active in the process. So I think it was just a big team effort.
Okay, Ogla, what would you like to say about it?
I wanted to add that particular Bold, Amber, the coach, was the selling points. I mean, everybody, all our producing agents jumped on that. She did an amazing job engaging them before the process. She was holding these calls the weeks leading up to it, like coaching calls specifically for them. And then they also, and then she called into the team meetings. She's just so energetic of the person she is. She's so genuine. We did not have to convince anybody this time to do it. And then the calls from KWRI, the coaching calls on Fridays from, I think they got Gary, they got Jason. It was just a whole package that made this bowl very special.
Awesome. Now, I will say this, and I appreciate what you're saying about the coach, but you're not always going to get the coach that you want. So we can't let that be a situation, okay? And sometimes we have newer coaches that people don't know about. So I 100% agree with you, Olga, and that can't be I don't want to go because I can't get that coach mindset. Make sense?
Makes sense.
No. Okay, thank you. So this is an all-team effort, okay? Now, Bethany wants to have this because she's secured a place in Claremont already. So we're going to be reaching out to all of the leadership in Orlando if you want to participate or not. Do you want to do it in April or October, Bethany?
Both, if I can be selfish, but I'll take what I could get.
Okay,
Sooner
well,
the
you
better.
got to fill the rooms, because here's the thing: if the rest of the people in Orlando don't do it, you're committed to it. So your market
Yep.
center is going to be the one signing up for it. Okay.
I'll take April.
Okay, and then you guys, and I think Orlando, you might even be able to get Gainesville or Ocala. Robert, you might be able to get some people there, and Andrew from Ocala. So, but there's always kind of like one market center that's the leader. Like Benjamin's market center was the leader, if I'm not mistaken, right, Ben? And then you with Leo.
It was Orlando Central.
Yeah, it was Orlando Central, yeah.
Okay, it was
And Georgia, I think
Leo.
I think Leo has already registered us for October
Correct.
for Orlando. Yeah,
We didn't have that. They didn't have it.
I think we registered a while ago.
Ashley, did they have that one?
When I talked to the bold director this morning, we only had one bold in April for the
No,
North
this
Florida
is
region.
October.
October.
For
Yeah,
the
we're
entire
October.
year
No,
of
for the entire
2025.
Oh yeah, I definitely went online and took care of that.
Well, hold on. You may have filled out something online, but if you didn't get paperwork back to secure it,
No.
okay, then that doesn't, if you filled it in and you sent in a request, that's a lot different than actually like confirming a bold. So I'm not sure about that. But
Anyway, regardless, we're going to get back involved with it to make sure that we're getting these things and that we're making sure that these are in all the areas, because there's no reason each one of your area is not securing a bold. So Brian, we're going to be coming out to you and Jamie and Ashley and the group out there, Brandy and Dayton, and getting a bold out in that area. Tampa, you need to be doing a bold. Orlando, good job. You've already had yours. Jacksonville, you guys need to be doing a bold. So we're going to be making sure that you guys are getting bolds out in your area, because there's no reason. Even Ocala has done a separate one out in their area. Okay. So we're going to make sure because we're losing way too many people because they're not getting into productivity. I get the fact it costs money. I understand all those things. Okay. And they still were able to fill it up with close to 140 people in Orlando. Okay. So if you want to do a bold, then send an email to Ashley and we will make sure that you are on the list. Okay. Because we're going to go to those people first. And then if we don't hear from you, we'll be coming out to asking you. Okay. Biz Like Biz. How much is it, Ashley? Like $49?
$49.
Okay. First of all, team leaders, we're having this in the Tampa area and the Orlando area. Now, Biz Like Biz is running your business like a business. It's being an entrepreneur. And we have the one and only Bob Kalinske that comes in and teaches it. We always get rave reviews from this. After he teaches it, I'll take the material and I can come back out and teach it again. But basically, it teaches, it doesn't really matter what level agent, but I would say it's probably for somebody well, I don't even want to say that, because it's for agents that really that are serious about real estate. I will tell you that. Okay. Not just somebody that wants to walk around and do a deal when somebody says, hey, you want to list my house. This is teaching the agents how to set up an LLC, how to have enough capital for their business, how they do their financials, how they set up their their business, from their cash accounts to their commission accounts to what their expenses are. He doesn't delve into what all the expenses are. It's not like an agent class like that, like agent financials class, but it's how to think about running your business like a business, okay? And if you have people serious about being in the real estate business and want to be an entrepreneur, that is what this is all about. Now, we're bringing Bob out here March 3rd and 4th, or March 4th and 5th, Ashley? March 4th and 5th. One day is in Tampa, one day is in Orlando. We need to fill these rooms up, because I'm not going to have Bob come for 5 people. Okay. And this would be a great recruiting class. This is a great class to bring an external agent to, because our agents need to understand what it's like to create a business of selling real estate. They don't understand about every time they spend $100 at Office Depot, they probably saved about $20 or $30 depending on their tax situation of paying taxes on it. They just have receipts and they never expense it out, and they don't understand about running their business like a business. Vivian, did you want to say something? We're going to be having it at the Oviedo Market Center in Orlando, and we're going to be having it at Stetson University in Tampa. So I'm going to be making personal phone calls to you that are in the area and asking you how many people are you getting until you get it filled up. So you might as well be going out and talking to people about it now, and it recruits. Yes, Miss Rebecca.
So maybe instead of having one in Orlando and one in Tampa, we could have one in Jacksonville.
Yes, we'll consider that. All Bob could do right now, because he's got to get back to Atlanta, was these 2. But yes, we will consider that. Or I know the material as well. I can come out and teach it also. But yes, you're 100%. I know we want to do that more often.
Okay, thank you.
It was just his schedule. I couldn't get that on there because he's got some other things going on afterwards, and he couldn't get out there. So I'm working with his confines, so to speak.
Thank you.
That was a stretch. Those were a stretch. It's just his schedule is so busy, trying to get this on the calendar. Okay.
Hey, Georgia, before you move on, something that I mentioned to the MCAs on the call on Wednesday, with this being a class of $49, this is a great way to thank your ALC for 2025 for serving on the ALC. Give it as a gift to them for $49. Have a sponsor come in. If you have 5, 6, 7 ALC members, $49, have a sponsor come in, even if they only do half of it. The Market Center picks up the other half. And so that's one thing, to get some registrations, have your ALC attend. And then, there's something else I was going to say. Oh, I hate that.
He said, okay, Ray Lopez says we did that in Waterford. St. Petersburg said we have all 8 ALC going to this. Yeah, this is a great gift to give to your ALC. But here's the thing I will say. If you get 3 people to register from your Market Center, I will let you bring recruits for free.
Okay.
Okay, I will let you bring recruits for free. Okay, so you just need to let us know. I just want to see 3 people register from your Market Center, and then you can bring recruits. Okay.
Okay. And then
I'm sorry, Ashley, one more thing. Indies, get your indies there. An indie is nothing more than a mega agent that just is an independent broker. Do not be afraid of them. If you're afraid of them, call me. I'll help you. They're just an agent with they just have a different name. Okay, they're no different than a mega agent running a team. Yes, Ashley, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So Mike also said our ALC is going from that suggestion. We already got their tickets. So great job, Mike. What I was going to say is, guys, remember, this is not an all-day class. This is a 3-hour class. So remember, when you're talking to your agents or your recruits or anybody like that, the time commitment, sometimes they think, oh, I'm going to be out all day. It's not an all-day class. Just remember that when you're having the conversation as well. Okay.
Now, we also train the presenter. We are hearing that we have more people that want to get certified. Here's what we are going to do. Antoinette is going to come in, teach the class on the first day. I'm going to be there as well. Because I'm a master faculty, I can lead the class on the second day. So we can only have, 18 people in the room for the certification?
For the second day, 20.
Second day 20.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to lead which is really not leading. It's really just having people go up and make the presentation. So, I mean, I'm really not teaching anything or doing anything, but I can watch and certify people.
Correct.
So, we're going to open that up. So if you have people, we have 5 outside people that want to come, but Ashley, you're getting people that are like, I wanted to do this and so forth and so on, right?
Correct. I've had a lot of people say the certification is sold out. How do I want to get on here? There was several of you who replied back to me, and I either put your agents or your agents reach out to me, and I already have a wait list going. So if you know that you have people and I haven't responded back to you that they're on the wait list, and you know that they want to attend both days to get the certification, please let me know so I can work that out with you to get them registered.
Now, people, this is telling you that your people want to be in front of other people. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that they want to teach and educate, and they want to have opportunities. When we have people like this that are reaching out to us that want to be certified, that tells us that they're looking for something much bigger than what they're currently doing. And you have a lot of recruits that would like this as well. Now, this doesn't mean that a recruit can come to this and get certified to teach KW. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you need to understand your recruits enough, your external agents enough to know that there's other opportunities within the Keller Williams system that they can't get maybe at another company. So that's why this is so that's why this is so important. Okay. All right, let me see. Phil Jones. Now, Phil M. Jones with no dot. I talked to Phil last week. He will come to our region. And here's the thing. But let me tell you the story. He has $75,000 for 2 days. Yes, $75,000 for 2 days. Now, and we have to have it at a hotel because of sound and other things and whatever. So there's some specific things that he needs. Not that he wants to make it expensive. He just says, this is what I need. He doesn't need a stage. He just needs a microphone. It doesn't need to be fancy, but he wants to have it. We don't have any place that's small enough that has the right sound equipment that we can do this, that he's a national big speaker. So it has to be pretty up to date on stuff. I can't just put him in a place with a couple microphones, you know what I mean? So he's not that particular, but I don't have a room that can hold this many people for what he needs to be able to present, which means that going to a hotel, which means that lunches are $75 a piece, $76.49, I think. Okay, that includes plus. So that adds more money to the ticket. So we got this down to pretty much 500. What is it, Ashley? 525?
525 if we were to do early bird.
525 if you want to do early bird. And then he also encouraged us to have a reception afterwards where he will come in and network. Now, he said the best way to do this is to limit it to a couple of hundred people. Now, if I open it up to 300 or 400 people, I could probably reduce the price of the ticket. But the challenge with that is if I don't get enough people, then it still costs me money. Does that make sense? So it's really, I can't say it's like $400 and then expecting 300 people to come and only 200 still come, then I end up eating it. Okay. So there is no choice in this. So we need about 200 people at $525, $75 for the reception, which brings the ticket to $599. The $599 is the normal price after early bird. So we were really really good in figuring this out. He's going to be coming in. He's going to have dinner with a select few people the night before. He will have be available to network and hang out with you guys during the day on the first day. And then he will have dinner with a few select people on the first night. And then he leaves that second day. So this is a really, really great way, I think, to to have him. But I can't sign the contract and commit to putting 50% down and $10,000 for the training room or for the hotel if I don't have commitment. So I'm okay either way. You guys, I got several emails about we want to have Phil Jones. That's it. If you can figure out another way to pay for him, yes, they have a realtor role play that he uses, and he's not going to be using that particular playbook, Mike. He's going to be talking about that, but he's going to be taking the regular playbook and kind of converting it to real estate agents and leadership, just like he did on the call the other day. Okay. I've never heard of this guy, but I've read a bit. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't care how you do it. Are we getting sponsored? We already did that. That includes money from sponsors for our event. Okay. So we already have that plugged in to get it down to the 525. Now, if you guys want to get sponsors and have them pay for your people to come, 100%. But I'm going to be, Ashley sent out an email and everybody said, yeah, this sounds good, but we're going to be sending out another email, and we have to have like a commitment that you can get X amount of people there. Otherwise we just can't do it. Or maybe we do it another time. I just need your thoughts. You tell me now, do you think it's too expensive? You don't want to do it. It would be April 10th and the 11th, which was going to be our mega agent mastermind. Or maybe we talk to him and bring him in later on, but that's going to conflict with Mega Camp. So you guys tell me. I do these things for you. Well, me too, but I'll pay to go see him talk someplace else. I do this for you all to bring value to you. So you tell me what you would like.
Georgia, what's the specific? I mean, he's phenomenal, and obviously his book and his training and the classes that he's done, I've sat on quite a few of them, and as an agent, it's just such valuable language. It's the language of sales on steroids. What's the minimum number that you need to be able to make this feasible for the region? And is there a threshold we need to get to?
Ashley, what was it? 180? Well, Ashley, I just want you to put up the recon for a minute. I want you guys to see exactly how this works, because I don't want you to think, not that anybody thinks the region is making like $10,000 on this. I just want you guys to see what the recon looks like. And if you guys come up with some other suggestions, another location, someplace to have this that would work, I'm open to this. Otherwise, I need to call him and tell him we can't do this. So this is what we do for all events. Okay, so here's the early 200 is what we've got it priced at. So Brian, do you see this?
Yep, gotcha.
Can you make it a little bit bigger? Can everybody
Sure.
see it?
Hold on a minute. Oops, sorry, hold on a minute. Okay, is that better?
Yeah. So if we get 50 at early bird at 525, 150 regular registration at $599, and then the add-on for the reception is $75. That gives us $123,000. Now we're banking on $7,500 in sponsorship. Maybe we get more, but that's what we got right now. 200 lunches. It's $77. That includes plus. The lunch is $58, but by the time you add on the 32%, the 6.5% for tax, and the 26% for gratuity, it's $77. So there's 200. I don't care what kind of lunch it is. That's the price. Then 36 gallons of coffee at $139 a gallon is $5,000. Okay. And the reception would be somewhere. This is a no host bar. We're not paying for cocktails at $7,500. Average AV costs us $3,500 a day. Now, maybe that might be 3,000, but we got to be, we have to have a little bit of a cushion in there because they take plus. His travel is $2,500, and then we have to pay for his hotel, which is $1,000. Keep going. Phil Jones is $75,000. They don't charge us for the book. Keep going. That's it. Expenses are $128,000. Gross. So the profit to us is $2,435. That's just a buffer in case something happens. So there's no like big profit that we've got in here. Does that make sense, Brian?
Oh yeah, no, and I knew that was the case. I just was trying to break it down to if it's 5 or 6 a market center, that kind of gives us a sense of the target. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm happy to like if I get maybe we can go back and say, if we get X amount of market centers that pay us X amount of people, I don't care as long as we get close to 200. We could probably be, I mean, I don't mind taking a little bit of a hit on it by $1,000 or $2,000, but if we probably were at 180, 180, something like that, Brian, we would probably be okay. If you want me to figure out something like, well, it's still going to come out to the same amount of money. If
Yeah, basically 5 to 6 per office is what we need to pull it off.
Probably, yeah, or more, or maybe what I do is go back and say, okay, this is my hard cost with food. Because there comes a time when it doesn't cost us any more money except for the food. Does that make sense? Because he's a hard cost. Okay.
Yep.
And then, but every time we add a person, that's what everybody says. Well, you know, so it's like probably 150. It's probably $160, $170 hard cost every time we add a body. And then I got to figure out his fee. So, I mean, I'm happy to do something like that and figure out another way. I definitely think it's, I definitely think it's worth it. He's charging $2,500 right now. If you go see him, if you go on his website, it's $5,000. If you go to the class in New York, it's $2,500.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, our top agents, there's I have zero question that they would get, even if they got one question that they could ask more effectively, they would make the cost of the event back. I have no question about that at all. I mean, this is every market center's top 10 agents. This is squarely for them. It's for everyone else too, but that would be a great audience to have in the room that day.
So if I can get your commitment on things like Lakeland committed for 5, Rebecca Rivers just committed to 5. I guess that's for her 3 market centers. So if I can get commitment
for leadership, right?
No, this is for agents, Rebecca. It's for everybody.
Oh, I thought we could only bring leadership. Okay.
No, we're doing this for agents. It's a mega agent mastermind.
Okay. All right, I got it.
Okay, so yeah, so thank you, Rebecca, in case people were confused on that. So guys, this is for your agents and you, but this is for your agents to know exactly what to say to sell real estate or recruits. But Rebecca, thank you, because if you were confused on that, maybe everybody else was confused too. Okay.
Hey, Georgia.
Yeah.
I have a question around what the 2-day seminar looks like. Do you know if it's like he's speaking the whole time, or they do breakouts where they have?
It's a workbook. It's a
workshop.
Thank you, Wiki, again for the clarification. Ashley, do you have the flyer? And Wiki, it's a workshop. They get a workbook. They get a really beautiful workbook, and then at the end of the class, there is a certification that they get for knowing exactly what to say. Ashley, do you have the flyer that we put together? I don't know if we sent it out to everybody. I think we did, didn't we, or not? I don't remember.
Because it's
that's right.
Yeah,
well,
it's not a flyer.
Can you pull up that site? Can you pull up that?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Ashley's going to pull up the great non-branded recruiting, 100%. It would be great for R2s that said no defense, 100%. I love the way you think. By the way, Marietta, raise your hand. There she is. Marietta, sorry about this, Marietta. Ashley told me you were there and I was going to wait to the end, but I love the fact you're participating. Marietta is our new team leader in Orange Park, Jacksonville, Orange Park, right? And she's going to knock it out of the park. She is going to recruit, grow. And she's going to be an awesome addition. She's been tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Launched Keller Williams Miami Lakes, did a turnaround in Keller Williams Kendall, and also helped grow Pembroke Pines, and then moved to Jacksonville and got this amazing opportunity.
Awesome.
Yay. Knock it out of Orange Park.
Yes, Rebecca, I agree with you. And is Wayne Weathersby on the call? Chad Lindsay has decided to go back into selling real estate, and Wayne Weathersby, I don't know that he's actually started yet because he was just finishing up his consulting gig. So I don't really know if today was his first day or not. So that's probably why he's not on the call.
He's right here. He's with me.
Oh, where is he? There he is. Hey, Wayne Weathersby, tell everybody about you, man. We're excited to have. Are you excited about your new opportunity, Wayne?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Glad to be back. 10 years with Keller Williams, stepped away to do some consulting in my own business, and really excited about the opportunity to work with Chris and his group. So ready to knock it out of the park.
And we're really excited for Chad because he wanted to go back and start selling real estate and build a team. So Chris, we're really excited for Chad because this is what his
Absolutely.
next opportunity is, right?
Yep, absolutely. Win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win, and Wayne has been in that market center before, and so he's really excited to take this challenge on. So we're excited for you. We've got big things, big plans out there, going out into Davenport and all those areas and build, grow.
That's it. Look forward to it.
Awesome. All right, there she is. Ashley's going to show us the screen. So this is a personal certification, Matt. Well, I guess, are they doing this for us, or I don't know. I didn't know it had this on there.
This is what she's created, but it's not anything that's out to anybody yet.
Okay, so this is what they're working on. So can you scroll down, Ashley? April 10th and 11th, the Rosen Plaza, expert guided program giving deeper dive into the science and application of magic words and how to use them with integrity to influence, role play and mastermind with the mastermind of wordcraft to gain fair advantage in the industry, collaborate with other elite professionals, leave with a detailed workbook, resources, and hand-signed certificate of experience, workbooks and materials to further deepen your experience, cocktail reception with Phil, all meals and refreshments included throughout. Yay. Okay, keep going. Exactly what to say, workbook. So you get the workbook. Keep going. I haven't seen this. We've just told them. And then here's some, keep going, Ashley. Here's some testimonials. And by the way, I'm going to get Phil on a call with us probably when we come back from family reunion. And I'm going to get him on a call. He said he would do like a 30-minute like preliminary thing to get people excited about coming to the event. Does that make sense? So what do you guys think?
Yeah, George, I think if he could do that, we could get the agents on. That'd be great.
What do you guys think? I want to do it, guys. I want to do it. I'm really excited about it. We have 38 market centers. 38. Let's just say I take 30 times 3. Let's see. So 30 times 5. If I can get, 30 times 6. If I can get 6 average from 30 market centers. Now we have 38. So 38 times 5. If I could get somewhere between 30 and 38 market centers to commit to 3 to 5, we could probably make it work. Which is pretty much your leadership. Christina's in. I think you're in, aren't you, Christina? What were you waving? Yes, or were you just waving?
I was waving by. We are going to that OP boot camp in Texas that same week. So
okay.
And
I thought it was the week before.
Okay, very good.
It is. It's on the 5th and 6th. I was going to say though, it would be a great opportunity to take us to the next level and use it as a full-blown marketing event to also try to recruit agents. But time-wise, you kind of need a few months in advance to start that planning. Yeah. So I just food for thought.
Yeah, I know. And maybe some of your agents would come, even though you will be at the OP boot camp. So maybe we can get some agents. So here's the thing. I'm going to send you guys out some materials. I'm going to see what you can do. And if I can get some commitments from you, then I can move forward. Because then I think I could probably go to the Carolinas or Atlanta, probably fill it in. So if I can get a certain amount, Brian, does this make sense? If I can get a certain amount of market centers to commit to a certain amount, I know that how much I can go and how I have to sell it outside the region.
That makes great sense.
Okay, so I think it would be awesome. So all right, we'll get you some information if you guys want to present this to the ALC and everything. All right, that is that. All right, I have 6 minutes to talk about something really, really important. Not that everything I have already talked about isn't really, really important, because it is. So hold on, let me share my screen. And let me share this, and I always go into this backwards, but that's okay because we're all family here. Let me go into this, and let me go into here. And oh, look at there. All right, it already popped up. All right. I want to show this to you. This is serious conversation right now. Really serious conversation, okay? We were the #1 region with agents lost. And what do I mean by net? Negative net. 174. We were not the highest well, we were almost the highest region with agents left, but 174. The one closest to us was New York Tri-State at 167. Then you had Southeast at 124, Northwest at 124, New England at 119, Carolinas at 135. So we were the highest region with agents lost. I'm not telling you, I do not want you to remove agents off your roster. I'm fine with that because I want you to have clean rosters. Here's our problem. The 197 gross. South Florida was 242, Carolinas was 250, Texas South was 298. Usually, guys, we're somewhere around 250 to 275, which would have meant we would have been negative 100. So we've got to get our gross up. That is a fact. So Keller Williams in total lost 1,900 agents. So I'm not saying that you guys losing people is a problem. Everybody did. And I understand it's a dues month. And that doesn't mean that we need to be like everybody else. Let me show you something that I'm doing that we're going to be tracking every month. And the other thing I'm going to be doing is I am going to have a team leader training. I don't care who wants to come, but for new agents. So Rebecca and all of you that have a new team leader coming back, I'm going to probably be the first week or two of March. I'm going to be doing team leader training. The team leader training is going to consist of, I sent it to me yesterday in an email, but it's going to be probably helping with your time. I've got it written down. I just don't have it in front of me. Knowing your time blocking, how you need to know how to order a KPA and what the KPA consists of. I was talking to some team leaders the other day and they did not know that the personality profile KPA is all about recruiting. It has your scripts, your dialogues, it has the questions, it has your needs analysis in there, it has your prescriptions for success, it has everything. So there's a lot of things you all don't know about. I'm going to have some other team leaders like Liliana. They don't know this yet. Liliana, Hank, others that are some of my people that help me in the region. They're going to come in and they're going to be doing some role play with you. It's going to be very hands-on experience. I will be doing some consulting. So when you walk out of there, there will be nothing that can stop you from not knowing how to recruit a top agent or a new agent. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. And I'm going to keep doing this every 30 to 60 days until we can turn this around. And then I'm going to go back out and make sure that everybody knows how to do it. If you're experienced and you want to come, great. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not getting a minimum of 5, I'm going to have you come. It's not going to be a cost to it. I'm going to provide you the lunch. I will start it at 10 o'clock, so there's no reason for you to come down the night before. You will need to stay until about 4:30. And yes, you're going to have to drive down in traffic because when I come and see people, I'm usually there staying at 5 or 6. So I drive home in traffic. I was in Jacksonville the other day and I didn't get home till 9 or 9:30. So you're just going to need to stay that late to be able to get the value that you need if we don't start it earlier. Okay. This is what we're going to do because we are going to turn gross around. And I want to hear all the reasons. I want to hear all the reasons that we can't do something. So let me show you this here. Total agents gained. These were all the agents that were gained in 2024, 2,766. Can everybody see my screen okay, Ashley? Okay. These are all the agents that left, 3,458. That means we lost more people than we brought in, and so we were negative 692. Here's what my numbers show me. Now, I know I could be off by 100 or something, so, but this is what best I can get. 2,070 of these 2,766 stayed with us for more than 1 year. But there were 696 agents that left in the same year they joined. almost 700 people. We can't be doing this anymore. And as I've been calling market centers and asking them about their productivity and what are you doing, and everybody's got a different plan. There has been a book that's been put out by Michelle Anderson that I'm going to be getting to you guys, but I'm working with Rick Bosley, who's out at our Oviedo Market Center, used to be a team leader, built a mega team, is a productivity coach, and I'm having him put together a program that is kind of something that everybody could use, okay? But what I'm finding is we bring in people, they do 3 or 4 transactions, and we say, then we let them on their own, and then like nothing happens. Or we're bringing in people, they can't pay their office bill for the first month, and then we bring them on, and then we take them out in the same month or the next month. We just can't be doing that, okay? All right, of the people we brought in, of the agents that joined, 2,766, 494 of them came from another company. 83 were cappers, 47 were half cappers, 48 were quarter cappers, 117 were below quarter, 199 had not done a transaction. Now, when I say they're half cappers, that's just their production. You might have brought on a capper that went on a team and became a half capper. I don't know that. I'm just telling you this is their potential. Does that make sense? This is their potential company dollar opportunity. Of the people that we lost, these are the producing agents that we lost, okay? 1,328 of the 3,458 that we lost were producing agents. That means that 2,130 did not join another company in our MLS or got out of the business. Okay? Now, the other thing is, this is all of the potential company dollar. I'm not saying it was your company dollar. I'm saying if we were doing a better job of getting people into production based on the potential, this is a potential company dollar that we lost, 7,516. And you can see it here. I got it broken down for each market center. Now, Christina, I don't have your numbers here because you launched, so you're not kind of included in these numbers. Okay. So yeah, because we don't have obviously a lot of history on your stuff, but this is all the potential company dollar, guys. Even if I'm 50% wrong, that's still $3.2 million of potential company dollar, which honestly is profit. Brian, does that make sense to you? Okay. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Is anything confusing about this? Okay. So, I'm looking through here and seeing some people. So, what are your thoughts? What do you guys see when I show this to you? What do you see as our opportunity?
Well, Georgia, I'll speak up on this. I don't think any agent gets into the industry hoping to just do one transaction or to never sell anything. And I think that we have the opportunity to change the lives of our people through a system of tools and models that we teach in Keller Williams. And I think that when I hear agents or when I hear leaders say, well, they joined our office, but they never sold anything, so it's okay that they left. I actually think that that's on us. That's our fault in many cases, that you can't lead a horse to water, but you can feed them salt and make them thirsty. And so when you can understand what they really want and you can show them the pathway to do that and hold them accountable for it, they can do great things. So I think it's are we settling for okay when tremendously fantastic as possible in every agent's life? And there's always going to be people that just choose not to do the work, but it's only acceptable if we've really truly poured into them and showed them the opportunity. That's my attitude on it.
100%. And the other thing is that I'm having conversations, and I was reading up on there's a the profile of an agent. Now it was from 2023 for 2024, the profile of a real estate agent. Okay. And so they don't have the 2024 out yet for 2025. But Brian, what it said is that 52% of the real estate agents in Florida treat It's their singular income. Does that make sense? It's the only thing they do, which leads me to believe that 48% of the people probably do it part-time or a dual career. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And it also said on a national average that the national average is 10 transactions are done by agents nationwide, and in Florida it's 5. So I think we have a little bit different mindset of real estate agents in the state of Florida, where maybe they don't treat it as a business or whatever. So we have to adjust the way that we think about doing real estate, or the people that we have that want to do real estate, and adjust our market centers to accommodate possibly for the profile of our real estate agents. Brian, does that make sense?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I still go back to when we have 100 agents in every office that's doing 18 units on average, plus our other teams. Like, it solves all the problems in many ways. And there are enough people in everyone's territory that want to do, 18 units. I mean, we all have enough cappers. So it's a matter of just going and finding the people and then connecting the dots for them to show them the pathway of how to achieve their life by design.
Exactly. Marietta.
So coming into a new market center, part of my priorities is always to meet with inside agents and, obviously ask for referrals and meet with outside agents. I think I'm going to continue throughout, just touching and continuing. Obviously, I always meet with the top 20%, but have other market center leaders, possibly the MCA, with those agents that are having, the ones that are doing e-commissions, have business consultations with all levels to make sure that we're touching every single agent in our market center. So we can't.
100%. And sometimes they don't call you back, or I get all of that. So when we have this training, we're going to be going through what do those consults look like, because I'm finding out, Marietta, that not everybody knows how to consult an agent. Not everybody knows how to call an agent. Not everybody knows how to do a valid recruiting appointment. So I'm going to get the people in one room, and we're going to do this every 45 to 60 days until we turn things around. And the one way you won't have to come is just start growing. Now, I'm going to say there's probably some value to coming whether you're growing or not. Okay. Or you may be invited to come and sit there and show everybody how you do your recruiting appointment if you are somebody that's growing. Because I'm going to not just be me, I'm going to have other people in the region speak to this that are having some successes as well. Do you know what I mean? But we've been sending people to Austin and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I'm going to make sure that you guys are getting everything that you need. And I'm going to send you out a preliminary agenda of what I'm going to talk about, which is going to be like heat seeker. What do the calls look like? By the way, if we had 2 market centers in the region, so congratulations, everybody. 100% congratulations, because KW, how many market centers were on there, Ashley? Like 300 or 400 market centers were on this list of people not using heat seeker.
Mm-hmm.
We only had 2 that were not. And so, but the way that they're tracking this is, are you putting your notes in? So we're going to be getting in touch. I know that Lucas talked to one of the market centers. It's really, really important that you put your notes in command, because Keller Williams is tracking that, and we don't want you to look like you're not using the heat seeker. And I know you are. That's why he called out to a couple of them, because I said I know they're using it, they're just probably not putting the notes in.
And Georgia said notes 3 times there. I just want to say putting in appointments and calls and timeline, not in notes. Just wanted to double check that.
Thank you. And did you want to tell them the new thing about the recording, like how they can do that, the recording of that? Do you want to tell them real quick about that? Did you get that on the call today?
Yeah, that we've announced that a couple of weeks ago, that you can now push the plus button on a recruit. You can do it either in your recruit pipeline or in the recruit management. So ones you're working with, or your entire database, and put that in. It saves 9 clicks from the previous method. Yay! So excited on that. So it's a little bit easier to get that put in so that you can put in that call or that appointment that they are tracking.
Okay, so I need to do a better job. Instead of saying notes, I need to do a better job of saying the right word. So thank you, Lucas. I appreciate you. Lucas knows how to make sure that we're doing all the right things. That's why I have all these talented people around me. Okay, Ashley, anything else?
Yes, I do want to quickly, I know some of you have to go and that's fine. You can come back and listen to the recording. I want everybody to know they talked about it today on the growth call, the digital experience at Family Reunion. And I want to show you guys something because I know when you go on there, when you go to purchase this live stream package, I understand completely that it doesn't have a lot of information about what you're purchasing. Would everybody agree with that? It's like a digital package, but you don't know what you're getting. And they said it's going to come out in the lead. Well, I reached out to my person at the events team, and I was able, and Angela, Abby is putting this in Canva for you guys so you can edit it yourself. But here's the stuff that you're going to get for the $129. We're going to put this in Canva. It's going to be Eastern time and Pacific time. So you guys can edit it, take off the Pacific time, whatever you want to do. It'll be completely editable. So that way, when you talk to your agents about, coming to your market center and watching this, you can give them the times, you can give them what they're going to be talking about. So we'll have this to you later today. So if you've already bought it, you know what you're getting. And if you haven't bought it, here's some information for you so you know what you're getting with that digital package. So hopefully that helps you guys have that information and then also get it out to your agents so they can be in your market center if they're not able to attend Family Reunion.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you,
You're
Ashley.
welcome.
Wiki, did we answer all your questions about the Phil Jones event?
Absolutely. Really excited.
All right, very good. All right, guys, we're going to be getting some commitments out to you, and let's see what we can do to put this together, okay? Awesome. All right, everybody, have a great week. I will see you at Family Reunion. Obviously, there's no call on Monday. However, we will resume our calls right after Family Reunion, and then make sure that you put this on your calendar for the March 3rd Spring Explosion instead of and probably instead of having a call, Ashley, on March 3rd, we will do the Spring Explosion. So put that down. That's from 11 to 2. From 12 to 2 our time, 12 to 2, March 3rd. Instead of having our leadership call, it'll bring the Spring Explosion call. So we will be back with a call after Family Reunion. Then we will skip the next week because Keller Williams is having their Spring Explosion call where they're going to be talking about some recruiting things, okay? So you'll have that in place of our call. So Ashley, we need to send them a reminder about that, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Thank you. I'm gonna look forward to seeing you at Family Reunion. Get Ashley all the information about Bold. We'll send you out the stuff on Phil Jones. I know it's a lot, and guess what? That's why we're all leaders, and we all do a lot of great things, and we're gonna go grow, 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 and have profit, 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 and profit share. Right, Marietta? Look, she's excited. Marietta's excited. Wayne Weatherby's excited.
Let's go
grow.
Excited.
All right, let's go grow. Let's
Thank
go
you,
grow.
Georgia.
Leaders.
Thank
Let's
you,
go grow,
Ashley.
everybody. Bye.
You're welcome, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.